excited.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of AngularAir. It's a big announcement episode. We've got some big news to announce. We don't have a title out because we're going to surprise you with it. So let's get right into it. We'll say hi to our panelists, and then we'll meet our guest, which is somebody you already know, and we'll get to the announcing. Joining us today, we have Alyssa. Alyssa, how's it going?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Hi.
I'm loving this. I did get the screenshots, by the way.
Thank you. I needed
Hold on,
that.
but now, can you just do one more time? Both of you can
Yeah,
you
okay,
just
okay,
one more.
okay.
My
Because now
webcam
you're
is
like the
heavy.
perfect. Come on, one last. There you go. Perfect. I got it. Okay,
I feel like
thank you very
we're
much.
doing a IRL stream right now, and y'all are just carrying your cameras around, and we're gonna be on the street with a big
Oh my
announcement.
God, I'm so excited.
I guess not. Mike, what's going on, Mike?
Not too much. But guess what today is?
Job of the Hut. Oh wait, I don't know
Wednesday.
what is today.
Today is the day that I get to ruin our guest.
Oh my gosh, I've been
is.
waiting for this. Do it.
Yes. But I'm just going to go simple with, it's Miss Brennan if you're nasty. All right, we'll go with that.
All right, well, so who's our guest then? It is.
Oh, you're definitely nasty, so it's Miss Brennan.
All right, Bonnie.
That's funny.
Bonnie is our resident panelist, but she's our guest today because she's the one with the big announcement.
Hello.
How's it going? Are you ready for the spotlight? It's been a minute since you've been like the guest, right?
I know it's much easier to be a panelist because I always get all stressed out when I'm the guest and it's hard. And I have this project that I've been working on for months and it's been a secret and I'm very bad at keeping secrets. So this has been very difficult for me and I've been struggling with this for a long time. And I just told Alyssa, like before the show, I was like, Alyssa, come here, let me tell you the secret because I just have to get it out. So I was like, here, let me show it to you. So Alyssa knows the secret. Alyssa, just don't, you gotta stay with it. So I'm just gonna jump right into it if that's okay. And I have slides for you guys to keep me on track because if I start talking about it, I'll just like go off the rails and tell you everything. So I'm just gonna try and stay focused.
All right.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, let me bring it in here.
Wait, what happened to my? Hold on. I just closed my slides.
All right, I'll wait till you get the slide pop up there.
And... All right.
There it is. All right.
Okay, so you see it?
We see
We
it.
do.
Okay, you guys know me. I'm Bonnie, and I am here to show you Angular Nation. This is the name of this project, the super secret project that I've been working on. So I'm going to talk about how it started first, find a need, mission and values, giving to receive, which is kind of how this whole thing started. And then I'm going to show you some of the online content that we've got and then what we're going to be working on next because we were not planning on launching this when we did. We weren't planning on launching this until the summer. So we kind of moved it up. Okay, so how it started. There's a quote, my dad, I thought it was from my dad and it wasn't. It's Norman Vincent Peale said, find a need and fill it. So that's kind of how we got here. Way back in 2017, Jeff Welpley, and trivia, he was the original host, I think, Justin, of AngularAir, or was he the second host? Jeff Welpley?
He was the second host. So
Yeah.
Kensey Dodds and Todd Motto started it, and then Jeff Welpley took over, and then I took over from there.
Yeah. Okay, so Jeff Welpley's awesome, and I love that guy. And he put a message in the GDE Slack channel back in 2017, and he said, hey, I have this domain, and I was going to do something with it, and I got busy on another project, and I just don't have time, but it's a cool domain, and if anybody wants it, let me know. And I thought it was a cool domain, Angular Nation. I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll take it. So I transferred the domain over, and then I didn't know what to do with it, right? So I just kind of sat on it for a while, and I was trying to figure out what to do with it. And then in 2018, I discovered Yoga with Adrian, which is totally relevant, believe it or not. And 2019, I was working with Samantha on Angular for the Visual Learner, and you might already know about that. That's a whole other tangent that I'm not going to get into, but it's also related. And then 2019, Adrian from Yoga with Adrian did a TED Talk called Giving to Receive. And that kind of got this whole thing in motion. And now we're here in 2020 launching. We're not ready to launch, but we're launching a little bit early because I think you guys are going to love this. Anyway, so I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so I had this domain, right? And I sat on it for a long time because I was trying to figure out what the heck to do with it, right? What do I do with Angular Nation? How do you make a nation? I don't know. So I struggled with this, but what I wanted a place where everyone feels welcome, where we can really connect people and people, all these people trying to figure out Angular together. I really wanted to kind of have this place where people could work together and collaborate. I just didn't know exactly how to make that happen. So I just thought about it for a long time sitting on this domain. And in the meantime, I was traveling a ton, going to all these conferences, meeting a lot of people. And what I saw the most over and over again was people struggling with confidence and imposter syndrome and speaking up, right? And so this was the thing that was really important for me, was making people feel welcome and talking to people and getting to know them and then introducing them to other people. And this is like super, super fun for me. And there are a lot of people out there in the community who are trying to figure out Angular, and there are a lot of people out there who want to help people. And so just trying to match them up is something that I was doing. I've been doing this at conferences for a long time and I love it. And I've made a lot of friends like that, but trying to figure out how to do that online was something that I didn't know how to do that, right? How do you do that? So this is the need, right? How do we connect people who have questions? How do we get people to collaborate? Because when I started learning Angular, I learned Angular probably 2 years. I started in 2013. And then I went until 2015 when I started my meetup. I was figuring out Angular completely alone. I was the only one who was using it at the time that I knew. So it was just lots of Google and stuff like that. And once I started getting involved in the community, I learned so much faster. So that's exactly what I was trying to share. Like, how do you get to that level if you don't go to conferences and meet all these people? So anyway, so I wanted to try to figure out how people could learn and how people could teach. Like, there's all these people learning and all these people teaching, and how to get them together with each other. But everything that I thought of, like, there's already this and there's already that, and I don't want to just go make another platform. Like, we need another Slack channel, come on, there's crazy. But Stack Overflow can be kind of harsh for beginners, as you probably know. If you ask beginner questions, they'll kind of, jump on you a little. It's not always that friendly. And there's Reddit and YouTube, which actually there's some really good content on Reddit and YouTube. And I've learned some stuff on Reddit and YouTube, but it's kind of overwhelming because, Reddit's anonymous, right? So how do we know if these people know what they're talking about? Or there's so much, it just kind of gets crazy. And then on Twitter, I mean, I love Twitter. I follow so many people on Twitter, but lately, especially, there's a lot of politics and coronavirus, and there's a lot of stressful stuff, and there's not really any way to filter out the stressful stuff from the stuff that I want to, the Angular stuff, right? So I've been struggling with that, and even some of the great stuff that I find on Twitter that I want to go back weeks or months later, and I can't find it, so it's not ideal for figuring this stuff out. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So we actually have an Angular GDE Slack channel, which is amazing. And it's such a great resource. And we have some great conversations in there, but it's private, right? So there's so many people that don't have access to that. And there's paid platforms and there's all this stuff. And so I'm like trying not to reinvent the wheel. And I have done courses online, but so much of the profit goes back to the platform. It's not really worth it so much for authors to do this unless they do it full time. So, and you don't really know like which one's the best one. And so there's all this stuff out there, right? And the last thing that I wanted to do is just go make more stuff because, so I was really struggling with how to do something different with Angular Nation. And I didn't know. That's why it's been so many years, but I didn't do anything with it. And then I found this, concept, Giving to Receive, from I don't know if anyone's heard of Yoga with Adrian. I love Yoga with Adrian. I was having a lot of back problems in 2018 and I was about to like have back surgery, and then I found this yoga channel and I started doing yoga, and she helped me so much, and I love her. And so she did a TED talk and she talked about community building and how she was able to give away free content with no strings attached, which is what I was trying to figure out, right? How does she make money? Because she's just putting out free content and it's great, high quality content for free. And I'm like, I love this girl and I don't know how she's doing that, but I want to know. So I looked at this TED Talk and she talked about how she built this private community where people could help each other and they're like basically kind of building their own content, right? And then she could focus on free content. And then she also has paid content that's more advanced. So she's able to put out free content, basic content that's completely free, no strings attached, and then also deep dive content that's exclusive paid content. And I was like, I love this, right? I love this concept because I don't like I don't like being tricked and I don't like all the marketing stuff and strings attached and, data mining. Like, I don't like any of that stuff, right? So I don't want to do that. So through Adrian, through this TED Talk, I learned about Mighty Networks and I started kind of checking it out. And she said that when she started this community, the most amazing thing happened, that she created this kind of nice place where people could come and talk to each other. And then they started having their own conversations and asking questions and even answering each other's questions and forming friendships. And it was just this amazing thing. And that's when I decided to get off my butt and do something with Angular Nation, because I was like, this is amazing. And I think that the Angular community really needs this, right? So I want to show you what we've been doing with Angular Nation. So one of the things is, and I'm kind of skipping ahead here a little bit. I think I have this on another slide, but we were planning here, let me show you a little bit more. So this is kind of the community that we've started, right? And we're just putting up content. We've got posts. It works a little bit like the Twitter timeline, except we have topics that we can sort things into, right? We have events in the community. We have channels for different things. So you can kind of, look at the things that you're interested in and join. Then we also have courses. So once we had the beta testers come in and they started putting up content, right? The great thing is it kind of feels like Twitter, it kind of feels like Facebook or some of the stuff that's already out there. It kind of has a pretty similar interface and people can, ask questions and put comments and things like that. But the nice thing that I like about this is that it has the topics, right? So you can actually go back and find things later, which is amazing. So this is really, I found this and I loved it and I was very excited about this. And so this is really what got me going started. And this is kind of what I had in mind with Angular Nation. Like, I didn't know what I was looking for, but when I found this, I was like, this is what I was looking for, you guys, right? This is so cool. And so I was like, well, I'm just going to check it out and kind of see how it goes. So I started looking at this back in January and I started beta testing with it. And once I started looking at this platform a little bit more, then I started finding like this, they have all this built-in functionality for courses and online courses, offering online courses. And this was where I started to get kind of really excited. And I started freaking out a little bit because the one thing that's different about this, that's like I said, we already have all these platforms out there, right? But for this course, the way that it's set up is that the students are in the course with the teacher, right? So like I'm a huge fan of Deborah Carrata and Dan Wallin on Pluralsight, right? There's some great courses out there, but you don't really have access to ask them questions. It's just, you're just watching a video, right? And Deborah Carrata, for one, is amazing about answering questions on Twitter. And I constantly see her, people ask her questions about her curriculum on Twitter, and she's so good about answering them. But then they scroll right past and you can't go, you can't really see them. So I really love how you have the students that are there with the teacher in the course and they can ask questions and have chat. The students can ask each other questions. They can do live workshops if they want to. There's like all kinds of functionality that's involved. And so we're just getting started with it. So the original plan that I had with this was that when I found this, well, at first, we were just going to do the platform so that people could post stuff and then talk to each other and just kind of ask each other questions about Angular. That was what I was intending to begin with, is just kind of connecting people, right? But then when we saw the courses, and my daughter Samantha was in the process of doing this Angular for the Visual Learner course. And so I started working on this course with her because I was really having a lot of fun with it, and now I don't know if I want to go back to consulting because we were having so much fun. So we started working on this course, and our plan was we're going to finish the Angular Basics course because I thought if we launch this platform and there's no content on it, nobody's going to join it, right? Like there's not going to be anything there, so that would be boring. So I said, Samantha and I are going to do this Angular Basics course. So it's Angular Basics for beginners, but also I'm an architect, right? So I'm going to put all this common mistakes that people make and kind of sprinkle all this really years and years of enterprise architecture experience with the beginner stuff. And we've been doing this, we've been working on this for a while, but we were going to launch it in the summer when we finished the course with the free course. And then because we started having so much fun making this course together, then we're going to continue making more courses and do paid deep dive courses after we launch but the basics course will always be free, right? We'll leave it free. We'll do paid deep dive courses and then more content. This was our plan. And then the coronavirus happened. We were like halfway through the second episode of 30 episodes that we had planned. And then this whole coronavirus thing happened and everybody was working from home and conferences are being canceled left and right. And everybody was really feeling isolated. And I started looking around and I was like, you know what? Like people can really use this platform and kind of help everyone connect. I just really felt like I want to release it because so much of this is going to be completely free anyway. So we might as well just put it out there and let people start using it. So I started adding beta testers just to kind of see, I'm like, you guys, it's a secret. I'm not ready to tell anybody yet, right? There's nothing really there, but just I started putting in some beta testers and they immediately started using it and putting this cool stuff up and I started getting excited. And so, but I was stressed out because our content wasn't ready yet. Our course wasn't ready yet. So I started reaching out to my friends, right? Because all these conferences are being canceled, but we have all these workshops that have been happening with the conferences. So I started reaching out to people and the GDEs and going like, hey, do you have curriculum? Can you come and put some of your curriculum here and teach these classes? And can you be in the classes with the students and answer their questions and stuff like that? And so I found some people and I revised the plan and we actually have a couple of them in the green room tonight. And so I'm kind of excited about that. So I got some GDEs to come in with some content. We're still figuring it out. We're not done yet. There's a whole bunch of content that right now, the last couple of weeks, we've had a lot of people who have already started doing meetups and live streaming lots of free content. We have some online courses and we have some of the workshops. We have the workshops that have been at the conferences, and I'm going to get into exactly, I have specifics for you in a couple slides, but I'm jumping ahead a little bit. But they're trying to get some of the workshop stuff on video, and I'm so excited. Anyway, so, okay, I didn't feel like I could do this by myself because the thing is, this is a private platform, right? It's private only because I want to have community moderators because it's really important to me that if people come in and start asking questions, like we want everyone to be nice. Like seriously, this is kind of a big deal to me. Like I really want this to be a place where everyone feels welcome and I don't want anyone to be ugly or toxic or anything like that, right? So I asked some people in the community to help me to kind of guide this in a really friendly direction. Speaking of Jeffrey, Justin, can we bring in Jeffrey?
Yes,
hey
we can.
guys. Hey.
I think I just crashed my keynote. Jeffrey, because I was talking about the core team and you guys, I don't know. Jeffrey, you haven't been on AngularAir yet?
Nope. Never.
I've been leaning on Jeffrey to...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, sorry.
I've been leaning on Jeffrey to come on AngularAir and teach us some stuff. And he's thinking about it.
Yeah,
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, Jeffrey, I asked you to come on because you have pretty much probably been the #1 most supportive person like since we started this thing. Every time someone new comes into Angular Nation, Jeffrey's there saying welcome. And he's just super, super friendly and super supportive. And I cannot thank you enough, Jeffrey, for all your help. And can you help me tell everybody like what kind of stuff they can find on Angular Nation because you've been there?
Well, a lot. Basically, a lot of great articles by a lot of different people, like the GDE, and also just people that are out there on Twitter posting blogs content, it will probably all appear just there, and you can chat around with people. Do the courses. The courses are great, by the way. I've done some of them, and there are great people there, basically.
So this is really an aggregation, right, of content. It's Angular Nation has links to blogs and other posts about content that's Angular related, the courses that you mentioned, the ability to communicate within that community to other people that are part of it, right? It's all of that mixed together in one central spot for all of your Angular needs, right?
Yeah, we've been going through, Twitter and YouTube, and there's a lot of meetups and everything for the last couple months. And we've been kind of gathering up this stuff because I go on Twitter and there's so much great stuff, but the problem is it scrolls right past, right? And so whatever the topic is, like there's meetups, there's blog posts, there's a lot of content all the time that's coming through, but it's just hard to keep up with everything that's going on with Twitter. So we'll go grab it and we put it in, but we tag it with a topic, right? So if you want to find all the latest stuff about NGRX, like what's been posted over the last month, then you just go to the NGRX topic. Or if you want to find all the stuff about NX. And usually, if we're lucky, the people who are writing those articles are also in our beta testers, because I've been going and gathering up a lot of the GDEs and a lot of the people who are creating this content and asking them, to come in. So a lot of those people are already in there, and we can go and say, hey, great article. And then they come on and we talk about it, which is the same thing that's going on with Twitter, but this is kind of more condensed for Angular. And it's got the topics, so you can go back and you can see these things, and it's really great.
So it's kind of like a combination of Twitter and an RSS feed.
Yes.
Mixed with chat and learning.
And courses and workshops. Yeah. And people.
Yes. And,
so how do you get topics added in? How does that work?
Well, in the beginning, I had a question up, and because Angular Nation, we can put questions and polls, and there's all kinds of, functionality that we're playing with. So I had a question up asking, because I just put the topics, Samantha and I had put a bunch of basic topics for our course that we had, all the episodes that we were going to make. So we started with those, and then I asked people for ideas, and just, we have NGRX and NGXS, and we have GraphQL, and we have, of course, NX. We can't do this without NX, because we love NX. We're big NX nerds. So there's a lot of narwhal content. We have AG Grid. We've got, we have so much cool stuff. Okay, so I have a little bit more content. I wanted you guys to meet Jeffrey, because Jeffrey's amazing, and Jeffrey's on our core team because he's really been there since the very beginning. We also have Jürgen Vandermoor, who is he's one of the organizers of NGBE, and he's an amazing human being. And I wanted him to really kind of guide us, because I really love the community that Jürgen built with NGBE. And I just if I could build something, I want to be just like Jürgen, and also Wasim, who it was really hard for me to show this to people, because I was nervous, so I was working on it for a while, and I didn't know if people would like it or if anybody would even pay attention. And I showed it to Wasim, and I jumped into a call with him, and Wasim got so excited that I got excited all over again, and it kind of gave me a renewed, spirit to move forward with it. So, and Martina is also in the green room, and we're going to get into Martina in a minute, because Martina's amazing. But I just want to thank Jeffrey. Do you want to add anything, Jeffrey?
No, nothing actually.
Well, I just want to thank you again, because you've been such an. I told Samantha there's nobody other than Samantha who's been more big support on this than Jeffrey, and so we really appreciate you.
Yes, thanks Jeffrey for stopping by, and
sure.
We look forward to having you on AngularAir for an episode to teach us.
Yeah,
he has been officially invited and reminded and bugged, and he's considering it, and he's thinking about it, and I think we're going to see him pretty soon. Yeah. Are you on the calendar? Are you ready? Are you ready to make any kind of put you on the spot while you're on the air?
Oh my gosh.
Not yet. No. I've not any content yet.
Jeffrey, don't you let her pressure you.
I'm not pressuring. I'm just encouraging him, because I know he's amazing, and I want to share him with everybody. And so you're invited when you're ready to come and teach us something, Jeffrey.
I will do that. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I'm gonna throw the screen share back on. and go a few more slides because, oh, maybe just one more slide because I want to show you guys some of the courses that we have. So these are some of the people that I have been super excited about because I basically was going to my favorite teachers, right? And saying, hey, do you have content that you can come and share with us? Because Samantha and I are doing content, but it's not ready yet. So I'm really, really, really excited about Manfred Steyer because I love Manfred Steyer and he's been doing this enterprise architecture stuff. So Manfred's course is up and ready to go. Like he was one of the first ones who jumped in and said, yes, I have content for you. And he's amazing. We have Yuri Strumploner with Build, Performant, and Progressive Angular. He put this course up and we ran beta testers through it and they loved it. Like I had so much great comments from his course. So we're really excited about that. I'm going to go back. Jan Nicholas Wortman. We have Jan Nicholas Wortman and Mike Ladkey. Actually, can we bring, I'm going to stop there because we're going to get to Natalia in a minute. I love her, but I just want, because we have Jan Nicholas in the green room.
So are all these courses like on there now or how does that work, Bonnie?
Well, yes. Okay, so these are the courses that are there. We're still working out because remember, like this is brand new, right? And I'm like, I don't feel ready at all for this, but I'm doing it, right? I'm doing it because you know what? First of all, there's so much of the stuff that's free. Some of these courses are good. The deep dive courses, there will be some paid content, but some of these, because you didn't see, I'm going to show you again in a minute because the ones with the star are completely free, right? And there's some of them like I can't even believe that they're giving away this content completely free because it's amazing. But some of it's like the deep dive workshops. Some of this stuff like you go to a conference and you do these like, you know, workshops at the conference, like the day before, the day after the workshop. And they're like $500, right? And so it's much cheaper than they'll be at the conferences, but it's like the exact same content. And so I'm very excited about this because I went and just like pestered my favorite authors. I was like, you have to do this. And they were like, yeah, we're going to do this. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. You have to do it right now because we're going to launch in like 2 weeks. And they were gone, Bonnie, like leave us alone. So I've been bugging them. So there is more content coming. Absolutely. But this is the content that we've like tried to hurry up. And because I wanted to have content when I showed it to you guys, I didn't want to just say there's stuff coming. I want to have like stuff ready to go. So do we have Jan? Can we bring Jan in?
Hi.
Nicholas.
How you doing?
Hello. So I'm really excited. So your course, you have, because you were like, you and Manfred like jumped on it as soon as I was like, hey, can you put up some content?
Well,
like,
it's a great idea.
And you just like started throwing up this great content. And so the idea was because I know that you and Mike Ladkey have been running really great RxJS workshops. And I always crash your workshops and interrupt you when we're at conferences because I like to hassle you guys and give you a hard time and make sure. And it's like, it's so funny because they're like so mean to the students, but the students love them so. No, you're not.
We're
really
not
mean. I'm just
mean.
kidding. I always
fun.
ask the students if these guys are abusing them because they're really goofballs and they're very silly. And anyway, they are amazing RxJS teachers. And so I was asking them to put some content up. And Jan Nicholas, you have this course. You're doing this course for free on Angular Nation at this point?
Exactly. So we worked the last couple of weeks to release a basics course about RxJS. So it's cover really all the most important operators that you need to know, the basics of RxJS, what the heck is an observable, how the fuck are marble diagrams to read, and stuff like that. And these are like the really basics that you need to know when you start with Angular. Right now, we are working on a paid course about deep dive content and very targeted about reactive forms, HTTP stuff, testing, state management, and stuff like that. And right now, the basic stuff is also very textual. Like we didn't prepare any videos so far because, as you can see, we are getting into that right now, more or less. But the deep dive course will also be covered with a lot of videos about everything, and it will be shiny and amazing and ready at some point of time.
I was bothering them because I said, okay, listen, I want you to, because the thing is, we weren't, the same problem I had with Samantha, right? We're not ready. It takes time to create these video courses and edit them. There's post-production. There's like all kinds of stuff we have to do. And it takes time to do that. And so we're stressed out trying to hurry up and do it. And they were stressed out. I was like, okay, but the thing is, I feel like there are so many people out there that would really love just the community part, right? So I said, do me a favor and just put up what you have now, like the curriculum that you have now from the workshops that you've been doing. And then as we have more video curriculum, like we can run these courses more than once, right? So you have all the text and you have all the assignments, and then the people go and take the thing is that when you go through these assignments, like you get to ask them questions and the instructors are in the course with you. So that's the amazing thing. So I don't know exactly how this is going to work. Hopefully we're not going to have too many people join at once because Jan Nicholas's course is free. And so I'm just going to like check on the students and see how they're doing. So I don't know yet how this is going to work. We're making it up as we go along, but we have these free courses. And then so this is the thing. This is where the concept came in. Like, this is what I love so much about Yoga with Adriene, right? It's like she said, she's doing free beginner content. Cause I was like, how is she making money? But she's giving away all this free content. And I want to do that. And she said she's giving away the free beginner content and basics, no strings attached. Here's another thing, you guys. I have some pet peeves, right? And there are some things that I did not want on this platform. And one of them is like data mining, like, you know, all the like selling all the email addresses and getting like, and all of the marketings. Like, I don't like that, right? We're not going to do that. We're not going to collect all your email addresses and sell them or send you we're not going to do that. If you join Angular Nation, you have 100% control over all your own notifications. You get to decide, you get to turn it on and off. You're not going to get any emails unless you want to get emails. Like, you get to decide all that. We're also not going, you know, do y'all remember last year when Medium, like they threw up a paywall in front of everybody's free content and everybody was pissed? Like, obviously we're not going to do that, right? Because that would be horrible. Like that would be, no, we're not. So we're not going to charge anything for anybody's free content. We're going to have the deep dive. We're going to have some paid deep dive courses, but we have a lot of meetup content and we have free courses, and that is completely free. Like, it's always going to be free, no strings attached. So you can come in and check it out. It's very cool. So Jan Nicholas has this free RxJS basics course right now that you can go in and take, and you just all you need to do is go put in your email address and go join. You take the course, you can ask him questions. And also Jan Nicholas is working currently on advanced content. And I talked to Mike the other day. He's working on advanced, but Jan Nicholas and Mike have been doing these amazing workshops together. But Jan Nicholas is working on RxJS advanced content, and Mike Ladke is working on RxJS advanced content. But it's not that there's like two there, because there's a lot. There's like so many different directions you can go with that. So
I'm so excited.
Anyway, so I know I'm so excited about this. Jan, thank you so much for jumping in so quickly, and thank you, because I've seen the content that he put up, you guys, and I was amazed that it's free, because like people would pay for this content. I totally think that people would, and he's putting it up there for free. So bless you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. He's such a good teacher. You guys are going to love it, and we've got such good feedback from that. So you guys can go find Jan Nicholas and his course on AngularAir. Yes. Free. I just saw Yvonne Allen in the chat, and Yvonne, I want to tell you that I have been meaning to reach out to you for like a week, because I really, really, really want you on Angular Nation, because I love you. So Yvonne, say hi to Yvonne. Okay, I want to go back to the courses, and then I have one more person in the green room that I want to come in and.
I want to give you credit for the not selling email addresses thing. Because I'm sure that's hard to resist, because I know I've made hundreds of dollars just selling your email address alone, Bonnie.
Yeah, like just Bonnie's email alone, you can pay rent. So.
You know what?
What is happening here? I am not encouraging this.
I have been, my Twitter DMs have been open, and I have been handing out business cards to complete beginners and newbies at conferences and saying like, hey, if you have Angular questions, and this is the most interesting thing, right? I talk to all these attendees at conferences all the time, and beginner workshops. We've done NG Girls, and I give them my business card and I say, if you have questions, just ask me a question, right? I'm not going to like troubleshoot your code or like go into all this, stuff, but I will point them in the right direction at least. And here's the crazy thing. And this is actually really relevant to Angular Nation and why I wanted to do this, because once I started talking to these people, a lot of people, like they approach me like they feel like they're beginners because they're attendees and they're looking at us up all on stage and they think that we're big shots. These people half of them are not beginners, you guys. A lot of people that think they're beginners, they're not. They're team leads and they're architects, and they just have imposter syndrome. But once they actually start asking questions, like these guys are like, early adopters, and they have really advanced questions. And so it's really cool to get them. And I want them to, anyway, I'm just getting carried away because I'm so excited. And there's more, because I'm not done yet. I have a few more slides, you guys. Oh yeah, because, I have more exciting stuff. We have to get back into this. We got to get going because I have even stuff that you guys don't even know yet. And it's a secret. It's been a secret, but I have to tell you. Okay.
All right, we'll go back to the slides, but Jan, thanks again for joining us. Always happy to have you back on AngularAir with us.
Absolutely.
And,
Planning on that.
Look forward to your content. Thanks.
Bye.
Because I just remembered. Okay, so I'm going to share this again because I want to tell you about the other two, but then I'm going to bring in Martina. Can you see this, Justin?
Yep.
Okay, so here's the thing. Natalia is a brand new GDE, and I just met her in October in Rome at NG Rome, and I love her, right? And so I talked to her just because I really like her a lot. And it was like maybe a month ago in this whole coronavirus thing. We were all quarantined, we're all stuck in the house, and we had a hangout on like a Friday night. And then I was like, Natalia, do you have any wine? Let's go get some wine, because it was like 5 or 6 p.m. on a Friday, right? So we were like drinking wine and talking about Angular. It was great. Anyway, so I asked her to make a course. And she created this course called Intro to Schematics. But the thing is, and it's a really great course, just for like because I put beta testers in all these courses just to make sure all the links work and everything. And I had beginners in some courses, and like Manfred's was like a more expert level course. But for Intro to Schematics, like I put beginners and experts, and everybody got so much out of it because it was such a fun course. So Mike Brocky, I think you would probably really like this course. It's really good. And the cool thing is that I cannot believe that Natalia also put this course completely for free. And this is another one, like I can't believe this course is free because she's such a good teacher and she's a GDE, and it's there and there's really great content and it's completely free and I love it. Isaac Mann. So I went to Narwhal, right? I was like, Jeff Cross, I love NX obviously. And so we really want NX content. And I mean, a lot of people are talking about NX, and I think there's so much great NX content, but I was like, I want NX content like from Narwhal. Can we get that? And so he said, yes, we can. So Isaac Mann, rushed and put together the Intro to NX course that's up there now. And it's completely free, and it's a really great course. And then also the Advanced NX course, which is not up yet, but he's also working on that. And then we have Martina, and I really want Martina to come on and talk about NG Include because I cannot even tell you how much I love Martina. So I'm going to turn off that, and we can bring in Martina. And so don't let me forget, because there's more that I have to show you after Martina, but I just want Martina to come in because I love Martina so much. And Martina is actually on the core team also. And so I talked to Martina about this thing, and Bill Odom, I see Bill Odom in the chat, and he's going to remember too, because I talked to Bill Odom like a year ago about this idea that I had with NG Include, right? NG Include was inspired by NG Girls, and I love NG Girls. I've done a couple of NG Girls workshops, and shout out to Shwella. I really love NG Girls, and it's such a wholesome thing because it's so rewarding, right? To help these girls, and we're just teaching them and getting them started, and they get so excited, right? And then some of them I've kept in touch with them like after the workshop is over and kind of see what they're doing, and it's just the beginning, and it's so much fun. So I love this. The thing is, when I used to do beginner workshops for girls with Samantha back in Houston, and every single time I did one of these beginner workshops for girls, I would have somebody approach me who was a guy, and they were always like, hey, I know it's just for girls, but like, is there any way, it's a free workshop, and is there any way that we could join? And I'm like, yeah, of course you could join. Come on, but I don't want them to feel like, kind of like they're always like, hey, is it okay? And so I just said, you know what, we want to do, we love NG Girls, and we want to do these free workshops. But we want to call it NG Include, because we want to capture all of the underrepresented groups and not just the girls. We love the girls, and we love NG Girls, but we want to do this with, gay, lesbian, transgender. We want to do this with disabled people, with minorities, right? Everybody. And when I went to Martina and I talked to Martina and I showed her Angular Nation and I talked to her about NG Include, and she like took it and ran with it. And now like, and I was so busy like getting the courses. I've been like hassling Manfred and Jan Nicholas and like trying to get them to hurry up and put all their content up. And Martina just like ran with it. So I'm going to shut up and let Martina talk for a minute, because she's been amazing. And I just have to tell you, Martina, I'm so impressed with what you've done and your energy, and I love you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bonnie. First of all, thank you all for inviting me here. And thank you, Bonnie. I think you did such a huge, awesome, really incredible, awesome thing with the Angular Nation. And I'm so happy to be a part of this and also a core team member. Yeah, basically, you said a lot already regarding ng include. And I just remembered, who already know me, that I am part of the ng Girls team as well. And I always thought of, I'm running a lot of women in tech events. Like I'm also a women tech maker ambassador. And I was like, yeah, but it's not only about, diversity is not only gender wise. It's also like so many other persons as well. And I always thought myself, I would like to have something even more inclusive, not only for girls, but even more. And then I guess few weeks later, Bonnie asked me, Martina, I have something in my mind. I just don't have someone who could take a lead. It's called ng include. I was like, shut up and take my money. I don't care. I will immediately, I jumped on it. I was immediately on board and I said, okay, let's do this. Let's do exactly the same thing, like going through a tutorial, teaching people to self-learn. And this is how ng include got born. And I also want to say it's not only me. I also want to thank Natalia. She's part of the team, and also Siddharth. I'm another GDE from Australia right now, and Natalia I love Natalia. I love her so much.
I love her so much.
She's amazing.
She's in the chat. We didn't know, we met Natalia. I think sometimes we meet people and when we go to these conferences, you guys, we see our friends that we haven't seen in a long time, and we're so excited to see them, but we only see them for a couple days, and we're in another country, so we go to our friends and hug them, and we have to have dinner. But the thing is, I met Natalia, but I didn't know Natalia, and I didn't hang out with her in Rome because I didn't know how cool she was. Same thing with Wasim, right? I saw him, I didn't even know. And then, so once we started talking to Natalia, one-on-one, and having these, and we started working with her on these projects, we really love Natalia. She's so damn much fun. You guys are going to love her so much. If you don't know Natalia, she's just great.
You need to meet her. She's amazing. Actually, I met her exactly 1 year ago at one of my most favorite conferences, ng Vikings. I met her in person. ng Vikings, I love it. I love it so much. And she completely welcomed me really warm. We made some fun pictures together with Sebastian, and she was amazing. She just welcomed me, even though she was a speaker. And back then I was just a participant, but she just was so welcome. And I have a big announcement for ng include, because the first event is already planned and we have already a date for it. And the registrations will be open by tomorrow, and we will have it on the 23rd of May. We will have a first ng include event. It will be like a synchronous event, the participants will be there inside the workshop from around 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. GMT +2. I have to say that in the meantime. And they will just go through a tutorial. We will have mentors. But on the later stages, in long term, we also will run this kind of workshops in a more asynchronous way. That we have the content, the curriculum over there. I'm just so excited that I can't find the right words. We will have the whole course over there. The participants can go through it and just email and chat inside the courses with some mentors as well. That it's not only because we don't want to be just inclusive, we also want to be inclusive regarding the time zones. And not excluding the persons who might be living somewhere that they can't attend our time zone. So I'm really, really excited, and I'm so thankful for Bonnie to letting me part of that. I love you. I love you so much.
That's awesome.
I love you too. Before I forget, because I want to tell you something about Natalia. She's amazing. I know we're don't let it go to your head, Natalia. But listen, she speaks Spanish and she speaks Italian, and we started a Spanish channel. I didn't really ask. I just said because she had something. I think there was a Spanish speaking meetup that she was doing. She was talking about Angular, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's a good idea. So I just started a Spanish speaking channel, and I made Natalia a host, and I made Carlos a host, and Juan Herrera. I was like, you guys get in there. And so I'm gonna try and start different channels for different languages. But you guys, be patient with me because I speak English and I'm just ik leer Nederlands spreken, but it's like I'm just so I need help with all this stuff. Martina, do you have time to stay with us because you mentioned NG Vikings and I want to talk about NG Vikings, but can you just hang out and stay and hang out?
Sure.
Because we don't have anybody else in the green room, so
sure.
Yeah,
I can. I would love to hang around with you.
Hang with us. Okay, I'm gonna go back because I don't want to run out of time, and I want to show you guys a couple more slides because there's more. There's more, you guys. We haven't even finished yet. This is just
Bonnie. Couple things real quick, Bonnie. How long does it take? We have a question. How long does it take for the approval of the request? So if people go to Angular Nation and
I'm live streaming right now, y'all. Give me a minute. No, I mean Jeffrey was just here. Jeffrey can go. We have other hosts. Martina, you're on the core team, right?
Yes, I let them in. I got a lot of emails. I got so many incredible freaking emails, and I will just
come in, you guys.
All right. So anybody in the chat who's trying to join will
Jeffrey said he's working on it.
This is why we have more. See, I can't do it alone. This is why we have a team of hosts to help everybody.
I have to hop off, Bonnie. I'm babysitting my little Harper niece. But I
love you, Alyssa.
Congratulations. And this is an amazing project, and I can't wait to dive in. So thank you so much for doing this, you all.
Thank you.
Bye. All right. So the other thing,
Eli wants to know, Justin, can you do the thing?
Yeah, I was just going to ask. Can we bring it in now? We're good.
Eli, this is for you.
Boom.
There you go.
There's the link.
But you guys, I'm really sorry because I've been trying to get everything together, and I've madly been doing all this stuff, and I wasn't ready, and there's still a lot. Be patient with me because it doesn't work if you don't put in the www. And Justin just told me that before the show, and I was like, oh my goodness, and I need to fix that. So you should not have to put in www. And at one point in my prior career, I actually knew how to fix the DNS and make it so that, but I forgot, and I just need to go figure it out again. So anyway, you have to put in the www.angularnation.net. Go and join it. So it's a private network, and it will always be a private network only because we want to have community moderators, right? So we can just make sure that everybody's being nice and behaving. We don't want any trolls. We don't want any, just be nice, right? That's the only rule. It's completely free. So, okay, I'm going to go back to, because I don't want to run out of time, and we have a few more slides. Okay, so we went over all the courses. And remember, Jan Nicholas's Basics RxJS is free. Natalia's amazing schematics course is free. Intro to NX is a really great course that's free. And also NG Include, which will be the free workshop. And then Martina, also we're going to have asynchronous stuff up. So you can do the courses, you can do everybody together at once, or you can have mentors that can help you work through the beginner stuff. Even not in the live work. We're still figuring this out, you guys. Be patient with us. Okay, we already saw this slide. This was just some really great feedback. They love Yuri's course, by the way. We got great feedback. We got great feedback on Yuri's course. We got great feedback on the schematics course. We've gotten great feedback from all the beta testers, and everybody's talking about Scully in here. So we've been bugging Sonder a lot because apparently there's lots of questions and lots of interest about that. So there's been a lot of discussion about that going on. Okay, so here's the thing. We have these courses, right? But we also have been gathering up all of these community events because remember, there's meetups all over the place that have been canceled left and right. And so we've really been trying to get all the people who are, doing these meetups to do them online. Martina has been everywhere these days, talking about Ivy and teaching people. And so we're trying to gather up these meetups and get them on here. And also while we're at it, we're sorting them into topics, right? So we've got a Firebase talk over here. We've got a Scully talk over here. We've got an RxJS talk over here. So you can go and watch all these. All of this community content is completely free. And we go up there and we post the events, hopefully a week or two before, so you can see what's coming up and you can RSVP if you want to be reminded, or you can go back and watch it later. And it's you see this stuff on YouTube, right? You see a lot of meetups that live stream on YouTube. So it's still on YouTube, and this just kind of helps you find everything. Okay, so the one thing that I'm really excited about, because most of this stuff, we're just trying to kind of consolidate it and bring it all together so you can find everything. But this NG Vikings is really very dear to my heart because I love NG Vikings a lot, and these people are amazing. NG Vikings and NGBE. I got to tell you, these two conferences really had a lot to do with my decision to move to Europe because I love these people so much. They're amazing. And I heard that NG Vikings might be canceled because of the timing of, this pandemic and the quarantine. And they just didn't really, I didn't know if they were going to have time. They didn't know if they were going to have time. So we weren't sure if it was going to go on. And I was like begging them. I'm like bugging the organizers, like, Sherry List, I know you can hear me. You cannot cancel NG Vikings, right? So I was really begging them to do it online. Like, I want to live stream this. Let's do it. I can help. We can all, and I was really, so we just found out yesterday, they are not canceling NG Vikings. They are live streaming NG Vikings. And y'all, NG Vikings is going to be live streamed completely free. How cool is it? Did you guys know that, by the way? Completely free. Completely. So, okay, so again, I was bugging Sherry List. I'm bugging these NG Vikings organizers because I love them so much. And so I talked to them and I said, listen, I want to host a hallway track, right? So because we have these chat features, we have we can ask questions. There's all this interactive stuff on there. And so I want to know if we can have a hallway track, like go and do, have your speakers on that are going to be live streaming on YouTube. But then after the speakers get off, because a lot of the speakers from NG Vikings are also already in our beta testers, right? A lot of these guys are GDEs. And so after they get off stage, then, or after, they're not on stage. I mean, this is all going to be online, right? But after they get off the live stream, then maybe they can come over. We can all talk to each other about what they're talking about. I just thought it would be really super fun. And I said, can we do this? Can we work together and have some kind of fun, interactive stuff going on? And they said, yes, we can. So we also have, so I talked to her this morning and she said, I can officially let you guys know it's going to be a single track across 2 half days. So I believe it's going to be 3 p.m. on the 25th for 3 hours. And then it's going to be, I think 9 p.m. on the 26th. Sorry, not 9 p.m. 9 a.m. because they have people all over the world in all these different time zones. Can I say John Papa? I don't know if I'm allowed to say John Papa. But also there's a keynote from someone on the Angular team, and I don't know who that will be yet, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to tell you that either. But I can tell you that several of the speakers from NG Vikings are already active in Angular Nation. At least 2, 3, I think, are doing courses there. So we love NG Vikings so much. So there will be a lot of NG Vikings love, and you can go. And again, you can join. There's an NG Vikings channel on Angular Nation, and NG Vikings will be completely free. The NG Vikings hallway track will be completely free. All of it's completely free. So just go and, check it out. It's going to be cool. Angular Connect, I have not gotten a firm commitment from them yet, but I have also been bugging them, and there's a lot of love with Angular Connect. I love the White October team, and I love Peter Baker. I just love all of them, right? They're the greatest people, and I really think that it's looking good for us to get another hallway track going there. So we're running out of time. I got to keep going. Okay, I want to show you guys this. Samantha did this. I don't know if I can show this to you. Oh, I gotta turn off my Bluetooth so you can hear it. Can you hear me?
Yes,
you hear me?
I can still hear you.
Okay, I don't know if this will work. Oh, because, okay, I asked some of the beta testers. Sorry, I went backwards. Whoa, hey, hold on. I went backwards. I asked some of the beta testers to, actually Samantha did. Samantha asked us to ask the beta testers to describe Angular Nation in their own words. And then she actually put it all together into this video. Now I'm going to play it.
Hi folks, welcome to Angular Nation. It's a place where you can learn all about Angular from your friends and community experts. Feel free to share what you've learned in your most recent work, ask questions, and learn.
Angular Nation è un luogo in cui posso farci più tempo e viaggio.
Qui è possibile trovare risorse di esperti.
That's Natalia, you guys.
Hi zusammen. Angular Nations ist ein Ort, an dem Menschen zusammenkommen, um gemeinsam über Angular, aber auch andere Technologien zu reden, um so gemeinsam zu lernen und wachsen zu können.
Encontrar tudo o que você precisa saber sobre Angular.
Connect with others, learn about Angular, share what you know, and contribute to an amazing supportive community.
Общение и поддержка специалистов и начинающих программистов.
Plek
waar je de beste versie van jezelf kan zijn door jezelf te zijn.
Edgar，我負責分享文章啦，發問問題啦，同埋上課程嘅網上平台嚟嘅。咁喺一短時間內咧，可以增長自己 Angular 嘅實力。
Het is een platform gemaakt voor en door de Angular community.
Angular Nation is a safe space where we can all learn about Angular with some of our favorite people.
Pour les développeurs Angular, où que vous soyez, rejoignez-nous pour apprendre, partager votre savoir, vos astuces, vos retours d'expérience ou simplement pour poser vos questions et discuter de l'actualité et de l'écosystème Angular avec des gens sympas.
Welcome to Angular Nation, where we are all family.
I love Jan Nicholas and his bottle. Okay, I know we're out of time, but I just got to show you one more thing, and it's really quick. Is it okay, Justin?
Yes.
By the way, teaser, I believe this is our guest for next week. This is Kate Sky, y'all. Kate Sky's coming on next week. Is that right, Justin?
Yeah, check schedule. I think so.
I think so. I know she's coming on to teach us some stuff, but so this is Kate Sky and her kids, you guys. I love this because we asked them to do one more take for the intro video, and we got this, and it's hilarious, and I love it.
Bonnie,
what?
I think you need to turn the volume up a little bit on it.
Okay. That's it, y'all.
That's all cool.
That's it. That's all I got. Go check it out. We're done. No, you guys, do you want to do picks, or do you want to just go check it out?
Yeah, does anybody have any? Mike, you have any picks?
I have to run, but my pick was going to be NG Vikings. but you've already covered it, so we're good.
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to cover NG Vikings. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for letting me show you. Thank you for your support. I really love you guys. And we'll see you on Angular Nation.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's a wrap. Have a good one, everyone. See ya.
Bye.